Alright, so last we left off, you all had explored the deep workings of the workshop belonging to an ancient and legendary transmutation visionary known as Agramius. After making short work of some sassy suits of armor, you proceeded to venture inward into a finer area of the dungeon that looked like it was more of a lived-in area with books and papers and equipment and something strange. A cistern of pure silvery liquid that proceeded to jump out and infect all but one of you. Some of you have already begun to explore your newfound powers and abilities, but after a short back and forth between Kaius and some mysterious individual through a backup book, the rooms were set ablaze through some sort of trap or magical effect. Running and sealing that door behind you, you ventured from where you came and went to the previously locked door at the beginning of the tunnel, near the collapsed-in entrance. With a key that one of you had discovered in the nicer chambers, you opened it to find a teleportation circle. It could be copied and utilized later, however. It was unique in that it could send you one way in some direction. With no other option available for escape, you took your chances and hopped on. Now we are here. A rush of water meets all of you, and you're all floating. You all perceive a light far above your heads. I need athletics checks from you all, unless you are wanting to use a specific skill. And you can convince me of that skill being used or a spell.
You said we're trying to swim, like to stay afloat?
Yes, correct. No, you're underwater at this point.
Oh.
Kaius doesn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I just kind of like...
15.
Okay. 15.
21.
Yeah.
Okay.
Athletics. 9.
Okay,
Oh
so the rest of you begin floating up. Kaius at his leisure. Zensika darts up, just shoots straight up. Cora is having a little bit of a harder time, but still able to, pretty athletic, still able to swim up. Nud, you are struggling here.
Can I attempt to help Nud, since I don't have to, like, super worry about it? Like, try and get under him and, like, help push?
Yeah, I'd say that, Nud, you can roll a second one. This would be with, like, advantage. Kaius sees you struggling.
11?
11. So I need a second check from everybody.
Including me.
Nud you can make it with advantage if Kaius is still helping you.
13.
13.
24.
Zen, you're done. Like, you fully like burst from the water. Cora, you're just there. You do need one more success. Nud, you are having a really hard time. Kaius, if thank God you can breathe underwater. Thank the gods or whatever god you are a part of that you can breathe underwater. Nud's having a hard time. Nud,
16
you were gonna
on my second roll.
Okay.
It's
Oh, a
advantage.
6. Okay, with the advantage. Okay, then yeah, that's a success. So I need one more from Cora, and I need one more from Nud. Nud, you still have advantage.
Ooh. That's 10.
A 10.
9.
Alright, is that with advantage?
That is with advantage.
Oh my god. No.
I don't have any strength. Athletics is a
Okay.
weak
Cora,
suit for this little guy.
you just get there, as you break the surface, gasping for air. None of you had prepared to be in water at this time. You see Zensika floating there. You're there. Nud, I need a Constitution saving throw from you first.
Can I offer guidance to him? Like, I don't know what
Does guidance require a material component or a vocal component?
Let me check. I don't actually know.
That looks like a natural 20.
For it does require a verbal component.
It does,
for guidance. But you got a natural 20, so you are fine. You managed to find a way to kind of choke back your breath instead of letting your last little bit escape you, and you can roll another one with advantage here.
Another con save.
Another athletics check.
Oh.
Oh my god.
6.
Ned!
I need another con save, Nud, because you're going backwards now.
Can we
You're
be
like
noticing
sinking.
that he
Roll me
didn't like come up and try and help?
Sure. Well, I mean, he's already getting the help action, so if you want to go in and save him, you can roll an athletics check.
All right, he'll take a big breath and dive.
You still want another con save, did you say?
Yes,
17.
10.
a 10. A 17 does it. You are about to black out, Nud, before a very purple, scaly hand manages to reach down and grabs you and pulls you to the surface, gasping. I did not expect that level of shenanigans.
This little felis can't handle his water.
No, you can't. But as you
will.
sputter and cough, you all look around you, and you appear to be within a basin at the top of a mountain range that looks like it's holding water, like a small lake almost.
As I surface, I want to like. Just kidding.
You all right there, Ned?
Yeah. Yeah. Normally I shower.
Gotta get to
Ah.
shore.
Yes.
Easily enough, you can get to shore with help from each other.
I'm just gonna cling to Cora.
I'll just let him like sit on my back while I swim to shore.
Yeah, I just imagine that. You ever heard of the frog and the scorpion story? Don't sting me, bro.
Oh god.
I like to imagine Kaius is just on his back, floating, hands crossed, like a fucking log of wood, and just like slides up to the surface.
Yes, exactly that.
Easily enough, you all get to the side. What do you do?
Where are we? Can I try and recognize that?
You may roll me a nature or survival check.
I will do. Let's see. Where's my survival?
And anybody else who wants to do that as well may.
I'm just gonna lie
That's
on my
a-
back, panting.
Can I use prestidigitation to like dry myself out?
Yeah.
Awesome. I do so.
Easily enough.
It's really too bad you don't have fur, Ned, because I imagine you just like poofing.
I'm just like shivering. It's the most pathetic looking cat you've ever seen.
All right. With my 13, do I detect where we all are?
I wanted to see if anybody else was gonna roll.
I rolled a 13.
Okay, so both of you rolled a 13.
What are we rolling?
Nature
Survival.
or survival.
Oh, I can do nature. Don't have my dice, so I'll just roll right here. 17 plus 7, so 24.
Holy shit. Okay, so I'll say Zensika and Cora, you look around. You look like you're in the same mountain range. The flora and fauna indicate you are most likely at least still within Elgrest. You don't recognize things that are odd. It looks like things that are here are normal. They're natural. You didn't go to, you're not in Sanduuin and you're not in Krissune. You didn't get teleported into a middle of a volcano. So you're probably in the same country where, same abouts. Kaius, you know that you are in fact in the same mountain range. Probably not that far from that location that you had found his base. This looks like it was more of like a quick escape, like I gotta get out of here. I'm surrounded sort of a situation, or maybe I couldn't get out the normal way.
Okay. I will prestidigitation a small image of like the map and a little blip on it. Be like, here we are. Just like a general area.
I like to imagine like one of those like futuristic 3D maps.
Something like that. Made out of ink.
You Like, it's got the good topography and everything. You find yourselves in that same mountain range, the Haigon mountain range. Probably close to the path as well. You're probably about smack dab in between. The closest places would be Iolorios again, or Willoughby, which would be on the other side of this mountain range.
And Kaius is the only one that knows that?
Yes.
I pulled up a
Yeah, he pulled up a little
like a map and a blip to show you where we all are.
using like minor illusion or something, right?
Yeah. So y'all can see it.
Ah.
Gotta get creative with how I present information, because I don't talk so good.
How far are we from the closest city?
You are probably a couple days to Iolorios or a couple days to Willoughby. Like it's about the same, you'd imagine, distance-wise. It might take you a day a little bit longer to get to Willoughby just because you're not aware of where the trail is there. But you could probably easily find the trail back to Iolorios since you took it.
Well, we could go back to Iolorios, and she'll like point to the trail.
Didn't we have
I
something to
think-
do in Willoughby?
I think we need to rest, you guys. And she's looking at Nud.
Oh, don't slow
Me-
down on my account.
We can certainly stop for a night. She's right.
It is about midday. So if you wanted to stay up here the whole day, you could. But it is midday. Because you guys had taken a long rest inside the dungeon and then spent a couple hours in there messing around and had just come out. So it wouldn't be a full day yet that has passed.
Well, purple one, what are we doing?
I need input where people want to go.
Well,
Thought?
if we go up to Willoughby, then we could make our way toward Nosai over in the Krissune Empire. It's the strongest lead we have on someone we know who's interested in what this magician was up to.
All right.
I
That's a-
vote Willoughby.
Why?
Okay.
Mind you,
So
we're
you are-
likely to be sidetracked on that long a journey, but, you know, we might pop through a couple kingdoms on the way.
So we have one vote Willoughby and one vote. Where did you say, Ned?
Willoughby.
Oh, you said Willoughby too. Okay.
He said Willoughby is the closest route. It looked like if you guys wanted to go to Nosai.
Hmm.
Also, we do have a quest there. Some problems with like the magical academy in Willoughby.
True. All right. Then yeah, let's head that way. But I do think we should rest for the night. She kind of looks down at Ned as well.
Oh, just give me a minute to catch my breath. I'll be good to go. No sense
why don't
wasting daylight.
Why don't we take just a few minutes? I'm gonna write a note to my parents. And she pulls out some stuff and she writes a quick note and hands it off to Edgar.
Okay, could you send me what that note is?
We have time for me to roll some hit dice.
Yeah, you got to take a short. Are you all basically making camp here for the day and then taking a long rest later today? Or are you taking a short rest?
Let's do a short rest. What do you guys think?
Okay.
Good with that.
Okay, you guys begin to make a small little break out camp here.
A warlock, I'm always good with a short rest.
Yep, fighters and warlocks. So you send Edgar off on quite literally silver wing. Flies, soundless. Like he doesn't like make the like normal sounds anymore. Like he'll still caw and all that, but like he is silent while he flies. Like you don't hear his wings flap
Wow.
as he's
Okay,
just cutting
Zen
through the
is
air.
like, she's like kind of weirded out by it, but she doesn't say anything. She's just sitting there like watching him fly off.
Yeah, like a static image, like just floating up into the air. You see him flapping, but you don't hear it.
Creepy.
Yeah. And he flies off to go deliver that message to you.
Knud's just kind of off by himself, playing a song quietly while he tries to warm up by playing his concertina.
Are there any wood or anything in here, like old, like planks or bushes, maybe?
Yeah. You could do a nature check or a survival check to see what you can find.
I'll do nature.
Are you just looking for like firewood or?
Yeah, pretty much. Just like some wood I can gather. 15 on a survival or
15.
nature.
Easily enough, you can find enough wood for a small campfire.
Cool. I'll kind of pack it all together over by Nud and use prestidigitation to light it up.
Alright, yeah, you easily enough do that.
Oh, that's it's welcome. Thank you.
And Zen
Poor kitty.
Zen unpacks some food just from her bag, and she's like, "Here, Nud, you should probably eat something."
Yeah, better enjoy this Flint Flowers goods while they're still fresh.
Agreed. Cora will join.
Okay.
Do we see any discernible way out? Other, you said there's like an opening above, right?
So you're like it's not like a dome. Like you're just sort of nestled in these mountains. It's like a natural basin almost.
Okay.
You're on like a shore. Like if you had gone to the south, you'd be going towards Ilorios, and if you went to the north, you'd be going towards Willoughby. So if you look on the map, you'd be basically, if you drew a line between Ilorios and Willoughby, you're like smack dab in the middle of those mountains.
Okay.
I don't remember what day it would be.
Are we counting this as a long rest?
This is a
Short rest, I think.
Okay.
So you can expend hit dice, but that would be what you could do.
I believe this is the 37th.
Of
Sodness.
Sodness.
We spent the night of the 36th in the dungeon, and then moved into the new building, and then had all the chaos.
Yeah, I think that sounds right. I'm looking for because I got so overzealous and made a whole ass calendar, as a psycho is wont to do. Yeah, because you had just missed the People's Feast.
Bad.
Yeah, the next holiday is on, at least in this country, it's on Cuthturn, the 20th of Cuthturn, which is just the summer solstice. Alright. You all have rested up on your short rest. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Could I spend the short rest trying to figure out, like, this weird webbing on my hand, like messing around with it, seeing if I can do anything.
You sure can. I would like... How are you messing around with it? Just looking at it?
Probably like poking, prodding, seeing like how it reacts to different materials, different things, trying to like pull it up and out, like see what I can do.
It gives way to you. It's coming from essentially like from your fingertips to like your palms, and it's formed this webbing. As you flex and move your hand, it moves back and forth. It has give with it. You feel a tiny bit of tension, so you know it's there. You pluck it. It doesn't stick to anything. It doesn't look... To answer your question, Zen, as you went to pull out an arrow, as you grabbed your bow, the silvery whorls on your fingers gripped your bow. And the whorls on your other hand, your right hand, all but the ones on your thumb, your pointer, and your index finger, or your middle finger rather, those three stayed, and the two that were on your ring finger and your pinky finger, those silver whorls disappeared as you pulled the bow. And
Weird.
as you pull it back and fire it off, the arrow lights up and shoots off, leaving sort of like this tracer round sort of image. And I will send you what yours does. And your bow looks different as well now. Let's see here. Your bow, at the end of it where your arrowhead rests, as you pull it back, there's a small little metal cage on it. That's formed. About the size of in diameter, about the size of like a quarter, like a $50, right underneath where your arrowhead would rest.
Crazy.
I
Okay.
have sent you what it does.
Yeah, I just read it. So Zen turns to the others. Did you guys see that?
What happened?
You're a great shot.
Huh. She just puts it away. She's, I mean, I'm gonna assume she didn't shoot it off too far. She's gonna go get the arrow.
Sure, easy enough. It's not a special arrow, so I could just say you can go grab it.
Okay, she comes back and just... I hope there's a market or something on the way. I'm running low on supplies. Need to get some more arrows. And some better armor.
We learned that, didn't we?
Point of order, you're not counting your arrows, are you?
No, I haven't been specifically counting them, but I figure she probably needs to stock up.
Okay, so it's just a roleplay choice. I just wanted to stop you and be like, hey, if you're counting arrows, don't do that. We don't do that here.
Okay, she definitely needs some good armor, though.
Okay, easy enough. Alright, so what do you all do?
We're gonna head towards Willoughby, right?
Yep. Away we go, along the Yellow Brick Road.
Easily enough, I would like... Let's see here. Okay, I would like a... As you're traveling, I'd like to know what you guys are doing. Like, either trying to speed up your journey, trying to make it safer for yourselves, do your own research as you're on the road, that sort of a thing. Like, what is everyone doing as they're on the road this first day?
Cora... Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I'm going to approach Kaius I was going to do a role play thing, so if you just wanted to describe an action, you can.
I was just gonna say Cora will be testing where and how she can move the silvery stuff on her arms.
What can you repeat that? You cut out there for me.
Just that Cora would be testing where and how she can move the silvery stuff on her arms.
From your fingertips to your elbows. It doesn't seem to want to go past that.
Cool.
But it moves as you will it.
Highest buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, that journal I lent you.
Yes.
Reckon you'd be up for doing another carbon copy.
Okay.
You know, just as you have time. I'd kind of like to investigate the original if I could.
Yes, yes. Make a copy.
Here's buddy.
Oh, speaking of outside note, I'm not thinking incorrectly that Kaius has a whole journal of information that we need to get from him, right? That's a thing, right?
You tell me if you remember that. Would
Yes.
Cora remember that?
Yes.
Then it is so.
I also,
Kaius. Go ahead, Matt.
Oh, I grabbed like random papers and scrolls, and I know I rolled for it, but I don't have anything written down as to.
I didn't give you
What
anything yet.
happens?
I did get some stuff for
Okay.
you. Let me see here.
I'll just say that I want to rifle through it while we walk.
Mhm.
Yeah. Kaius,
Yes, purple one.
can I read what you wrote in that journal?
Yes, yes. Here it is. And he'll hand over the transcription that he had out of that journal.
All right. Cora will begin reading.
You gonna send her that or?
Yeah, I'll send it to her.
Okay, thank you. I have.
If you're gonna give it to everyone in the party, I can just post it in like general.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you
I
want to
will.
do that, you totally can. I had a thing on here.
Everything hates me right now.
That's not that. It's the Vimcaster. I had a thing that was actually in there. Now I can't find it. Man, oh man, why can't I find this? I'm getting... There it is. You did find one sort of like journal, Knud. Yes. So some of it is just random notes on magic. You can't make heads or tails of them. They're sort of incomplete. There's really nothing there that grabs you as like important. Some of it's also like just scratch paper that was used because you kind of grabbed an amalgamation of stuff. You did grab, it looks like there's like a small journal here that's just titled Olvin's Wondrous Uses of Salt. And I will send you that name. Maybe. Oh my god, it's one of those days. That is what it's titled. And it looks like it goes into detail about things that salt can be used for, from healing ointments to preservatives to vigors to magical components. There's even some other notes in here that indicate if it's mixed with other materials can produce chemical effects. If you would like, you can make I would say just a straight intelligence check.
Okay.
I can't believe I wrote that whole journal on my phone.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Too many L's.
16.
A 16. Some of the other things, the applications it goes into, look like they're akin to like explosives, like very rudimentary explosives. This looks, and you, with your experience in history and bardic knowledge, this looks to be probably one of the first recorded instances of it. Like, explosives exist in this world. Sanduuin pioneered it, with cannons and clearing out cave systems and the like. But it's not that old. It's like a few hundred years old. If this is Agramius' journal, it came from his time, it's thousands of years old. Or about 1,000-ish.
I will walk up to Kaius and present it to him and just kind of explain what I just found. This seems like it might be up your alley.
Oh, why?
Well, it's not ancient necessarily, but it's kind of an interesting light bit of reading.
Oh.
How
Can I,
familiar
I'll-
are you with salt?
I just kind of look at Knud and salt.
Yeah, salt.
About as anyone else, I guess.
Well, not anymore. Your buddy Olven has a handbook for you.
Do I know that name?
Roll me a history check.
Oh, it was his assistant.
Yeah. Oh, you're reading the journal, the Vimcaster?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his assistant.
Oh, we killed his assistant.
I got 14 plus 7, 21.
21. You've never heard the name Olven, and you come from a country that, like, you know, when you say I know as much as anyone, from your perspective, you're saying that from I know as much as anyone who lives in Sanduuin. Salt is a precious, precious commodity. It's used to keep, ice flows in certain areas from melting. It's used to preserve food, since it's so hard to come by. It's used to create, where there's little water, like, beverages that can, make the water you do have last or count for really what it's worth. It is a crucial component in explosives. So when you say I'm about as much as anyone, you know more than the average person other than your countrymen. Wizards also use it sometimes for components and for things like that. This book by this person, you've never heard of this person.
Ooh. Thank you, kitty cat. I will crack that open at night and peruse through that.
Sure. What about everybody else?
Right now, we're listening to Cora reading aloud.
Yeah,
a tale
yeah.
of
She's definitely reading it aloud to everyone.
While they're doing that, I want to try. Could I see what happens if I cast like my Eldritch Blast through that hand?
You certainly may. Let's see here. Where are you casting it at? Let me take a look here.
I feel like Kaius is just like staring at his hand while everyone's reading, and then he just turns at a tree and fires.
Gotcha. So as you turn to a tree and fire, your foot catches a stone, and it basically your hand kind of wiggles off course, and it looks like it would hit one of your companions. But as you think like, oh shit, or uh-oh, it moves out of its way. This, I'll tell you here. Let's see. I'm going to send you what it does. Also, everybody please write down what these do, because like they're in deep, deep notes. So if later on someone's like, hey, what does my thing do? I'm going to have to dig through it, so please don't make me do that. I think yours is the only one I actually had a name for. Everyone else's is just like their ability. So you get that feature from that class, that subclass.
Oh, hell yeah. I'll have to go look at that.
It's fairly simple. It's like, I think it's like something plus your intelligence modifier. So like with who you have here, like your whole party would be fine.
Awesome. That'll be good.
So you have discovered, everyone has discovered their thing, except for the non-infected one. Knud just wakes up in the middle of the night. One of us. One of us.
I'm having a grand old time.
Cora is reading this all out loud to you all.
Yep.
Are people still reading it?
I just
Yeah, I'm reading it a second time because that's what I do.
You're good.
Well, that's good. Now I don't have to accidentally almost kill Knud in combat.
I thought you'd like that. It was very, very, very funny that it happened. You got this right after that, because like I had what this thing did for like a long time. I actually had that dungeon and everything. I had that made before our first session.
Oh, wow.
There's lots of little nooks and crannies to explore in the world.
Many much.
So I'm waiting on y'all to.
Okay.
So I'm not trying to rush anybody. I'm just saying that if
No,
I'm silent, that's why.
I'm just like, oh no.
I'm done.
Poor Grimgul.
Oh, poor Grimgul. Or us.
Right?
Or
we're bad,
us.
We're bad.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, are we the baddies?
Are
I
we
like
the
how-
bad guys?
I like how Zen is like, oh, he turned into that. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh for us.
Oh, we'll be fine. They stabilized it.
Do we know how?
Yes, a wizard from 1,000 years ago believes he stabilized it.
Yeah, and he didn't tell us anything about how to solve this. He just
And
says,
there's
I
no
figured
proof.
it out.
And there's no proof that it was stabilized,
Oh
Oh.
dear.
other than a
Yep.
rat.
Yeah, he dipped. So,
That's true.
we don't know how he ended up.
These are all fair points. Well, we certainly need to find some answers, don't we?
Yeah. You know, I reckon if Grimgul was trapped in there for thousands of years, he's probably happy we popped him.
You think?
I would be.
I'll keep that in mind.
Like the balloon. Pop!
Kind of a little bit more mercy, but yeah.
Fucking the gif. I want to die.
Alright, well. Onward?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Your first day of travel towards Willoughby comes to a close. What is everyone doing before they go to bed?
We should come up with a schedule.
How do you mean?
Like a watch schedule.
Okay.
I'll take first watch.
Kaius could just take all watch. I don't even think he needs to sleep.
Is that a good idea, though?
I'll watch over you.
Here you go. He's gonna watch over us.
Alright. Then I suppose we'll be just fine.
Zen climbs a tree. She finds herself a nice tree and climbs a tree to sleep.
Okay.
Cora will make a fire and eat dinner by it.
Okay.
I'll get to a
How
cozy
about-
point where I'm not too close to the fire, but I can still feel the heat and curl up.
How about the music, Knud?
Let's see here. Where's that rolling chat? I would like Zensika Flintfingers to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
What? Oh my god. Okay.
I would like a...
Oh my god, 11.
11.
Uh-oh. What kind of tree is this?
So you're in this tree, but as you're sleeping, you roll the wrong way, and without Edgar there to help you, you slip out of it.
Oh!
you
Oh
don't.
my god,
You
I'm
don't
the old
die.
lady.
You do take. Looks like 2 bludgeoning damage from just
Oh.
smacking down on the ground from this tree.
Oh no. Okay. Oh jeez.
It's Zen.
Oh my god. Okay. Did anyone see her fall?
Cora definitely saw it.
I'd say that Kaius for sure saw you. I would say, Cora, you ate and stuff, but you went to bed. But it was allowed. So even if Kaius saw you, but the others may have woken up because of it.
Okay, can Cora, bust up? Thinking there's a danger, she, busts up down into, a feral position?
You can do that if you want. You don't gotta ask me what you want your character to do.
Okay, she'll, look at Zen, fans out. What happened?
Nothing. It's fine. Everything's fine. She tries to just brush it all off.
She looks from the tree, and back to Zen, and then to the tree again. Did you, Did you fall out?
No. No. Of course not. Good night. She just, like, scuttles away.
Cora covers her mouth, trying not to laugh.
Nud
So
will
go back
kind of roll over in his sleep, light a cigarette, and go back to sleep.
Nice.
With a cigarette in his mouth?
Luckily, you're not like a long-haired cat. You're a no-haired cat. Because, like,
Oh, jeez.
the falling asleep with a cigarette constantly, I'd be like, you've got to have, like, fur burn singes.
Maybe that's why he doesn't have fur. Maybe it was a choice.
One,
Every morning you wake up and you see him shaving. I don't think we want to throw shaving a cat into our D&D podcast.
Probably not.
Yeah, but easily enough, everyone else goes back to bed. Kaius, I would like two things from you. One is I would like a perception check, and two, I would like to know what you're doing while you're, hanging out here.
all right, just so y'all know, Kaius has 0 in his perception.
Oh, fuck.
That is a solid 2.
Oh, God.
Engrossed in whatever he's about to be doing, and which is what?
I would like to spend half the night studying and reading that book that Nud just gave me from Oswald?
Olvin?
That would be Olvin.
Olvin.
Olvin, it's called Olvin's. I'll throw it in the main chat here. It is Olvin's Wondrous Uses of Salt. It doesn't take you half the night. It's like a good hour-ish read. There's not much in here that you don't know. It is... There's a lot of preserving food. There is a way to make... It's very, like, rudimentary. This isn't, like, really old. Like, the fact that it was in this workshop... Really what this is like a curiosity. Like a, sort of a cultural lexicon of... You in your country could probably date back the people who, quote-unquote, claim to have discovered uses for salt, these uses. But this predates that.
So that's more what I mean of, like, I'm trying to, like, pick up any clues in terms of, like, the way he writes, the way he speaks, any reference that could help me date this.
Roll me a history check. It's going to be a fairly high DC because this doesn't really have to do much with magic. It's not really your area of study, but I'd say you still have a good chance.
I'll roll in the chat then.
You don't have to. I trust you. Roll your dice. I like dice. 21.
21, yeah.
So it is odd that you've never heard of this person. You have not seen his writings before. It's not something that... This name is something that you feel like if I had read a book and I had seen this name, I would remember it. But it doesn't look like any writing style you've seen before either. It doesn't necessarily reflect that you could have... Maybe he has a pen name, but odds are slim. But he in here does have, basic, like, rudimentary understanding of explosives, which look like they are useful for, he puts down some of these uses as clearing, like, ice patches to fish if your, tribe needs it and you don't have another way of boring into the ice. But being very careful because haters, Huaters, I can't remember how they're pronounced, it's a monster in the book, could be drawn to, like, the tremors. So if you live in an area with those, maybe don't do that. So it's clear that whoever this guy is, he's talking from the perspective of someone who lives within your home country. But beyond that, there's not much you could glean. If you decided you wanted to try to take this and identify it later, like putting this next to something, I'd say that you certainly could.
Cool. All right. Then the other half of the night, I'm going to be studying the little blob of the vim that I have in the jar. Specifically, I want to see how it reacts, like keeping it in the jar to like heating the jar up, cooling the jar down, like movement, just like different things. I'm gonna try and just like very basic rudimentary stuff that you do to first test things out.
First, I'd like you to roll me a perception check. Or investigation, whichever.
I'll do investigation because I'm much better at that one. Oh my god. I have rolled like nothing but 14s today. That's 14 again, so 21.
21. So, you go to look for the, like, you go to grab the jar, this, like, flask, this, like, wide, like, flask with, like, this vim in it. And for a second, you're like, what the shit, it's not in here. Where is it? You look around in the jar, it's you know, there's a finite space. You do see it. It looks like it has flattened itself against the bottom of the cork in a, like a perfectly round disc to try to be underneath the cork. But as you turn it around and spot it, it moves back into its more fluid position.
Tricky.
As you heat it up, it looks like it does get more fluid. There's more fluidity to it. And as you cool it down, it almost, like, you know when you throw a magnet on, like, that liquid metal stuff and it, like, spikes up?
Mhm.
It does that.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll just spend the rest of the night studying it. Could I use like Arcana to try and figure out more of its like magical, mystical properties?
You could certainly try. And roll me an Arcana check.
28.
So with the book, the journal, like this is in fact like it's a symbiote. Like Agramia said he purified it, and to a degree, it looks like that's correct because whatever infected what was his name? Grimgul, or Grimaldi? I don't remember what I named him. What did I name this fool? Grimgul. The guy that was the monster that you killed. It looked like whatever happened to him like fairly quick. So it looks like whatever you guys have in you in this thing in this bottle here, it probably derived from that, but it is in fact something distilled from it. But it does retain, it looks like, some level of intelligence or will, because anytime it gets near Kaius, and even when it was back in the cistern, when rats would go near it, it would like move towards them. It just wants something alive to bond to.
And it was being held in like it was like in a magical like a blue flame, correct? Like
No, that was just the map. It was just like a cistern that was raised up and like cupped. And some of the rats, like you saw, some of the rats did have this metallic liquid on them. So like some of these rats probably got close enough that this stuff did get out. Like some of it got out and got to them.
Okay.
Before the rats started being like, hey, I should probably not get near that shit. So there were some rats that were infected with this as well. But it looks like it wants to just bond to a living thing.
Cool. That'll be my night.
All right. The next morning, you all wake up. Fresh as could be.
Everybody here?
Cora's meditating.
How many days do you say it would be till Willoughby?
It would probably be about 2.5 from where you're currently at.
Okay.
There are ways you could potentially get there faster, but you'd have to let me know how you're doing that. It'd be some group checks or some skill checks. I would like to use like a system of like, there's 4 of you here, so if it's like we could do a system of like, if there's 2 successes and 2 failures, we'll call that like an average success. And then like if 3 out of 4 people succeed, that's like a moderate success. And then if all 4 of you would succeed on your skill checks or do a thing that like would in fact help speed you up, that would be a great success.
Cool.
So that will reduce your time.
Reckon
Something I picked up from somebody else and I'd like to try.
Since I think we're just trying to make good time, I think Ud's just gonna sing another highway song, try to get us to like, kind of march. Just give us a little bit of little
Okay.
extra energy for the road.
So you're gonna go with that. What if anything is Cora gonna do to try to help? You don't feel free to not have to. If you're like, there's nothing in my toolbox that would help with this, like, there's no issue there either.
The only thing I could think of to help is to let Nud like ride on her shoulder, but
Okay.
I don't think they're quite there yet. They're not quite there.
Okay.
You gotta give it some time with Cora. You'll get there.
Okay. So in that case, Cora doesn't look like she will do anything right now that she could use to help speed up the group. What would, if anything, would Kaius be trying to do? If he would be even trying to do anything to speed up the group.
Could I use like a knowledge of nature to try and like point out maybe little shortcuts we could take, or are we traveling straight on? Because we came off the mountain, right? Like we're not traveling on a path right now. Like
no, there's not a path. There wasn't really a path. Like you had made a path to kind of get to the workshop from the other way, but it was like intermittent, like sort of game trail sort of stuff until you got up closer.
Yeah, just trying to use a knowledge of nature to avoid like thick brush and like
I'd allow
pick a better
that.
path.
I'd allow that. And then what, if anything, is Zensika gonna try to do?
She's got fantastic perception, so she can like kind of keep an eye out, and she's pretty stealthy. She can get through.
Okay, so you could use perception if you wanted.
Okay.
Stealth, I think, would be more for like if you wanted to scout ahead to make sure there's no problems ahead, but that or perception would be fine. So looks like there's 3 out of 4 rolls that are gonna happen. So what did Nud get on his performance check?
I was just gonna ask to make sure that was performance.
Yeah, that would be definitely performance.
Music's gone.
Oh, is it?
29.
Bring it back. 29.
Ooh,
I like this song.
Like
hot damn.
Like someone tossed a coin to some sort of witch hunter.
I got to 13 for my nature.
13. Okay. Not bad. And what did Zensika get on her perception?
16.
A 16. So we will call that a flat success. I wouldn't really consider a 13 like a great success, but you don't hinder anybody. It doesn't cause a failure either. So easily enough, you guys shave off about half of your day. So by the time this day is done, you know you have about another, what I say, you had 2.5 days, you shaved that off and walked the day. You have about another day to get to Willoughby. If you don't do anything tomorrow, just walking there normal, you would be able to get there in about half of the day.
Hell yeah.
Keep in mind that there are successes, but failures can mean things too. So sometimes being careful and going the normal route may behoove you as well. So don't think that if you it doesn't hurt to try. You've had me for a DM long enough. I will make it hurt to try.
Normal is boring.
That's right. You happen upon 5 giants. and they specifically hate you. But yeah, very good. It is another night of camp. Is anyone doing anything special roleplay-wise that they want to do before bed?
I think I'm good for now.
Okay.
Over the campfire, Cora will look across to Zen and say, are you gonna sleep in the trees?
Why?
Just wondering if we should expect a sudden, disturbance in the night?
What are you talking about?
I mean, she kind of looks around the group and then back to Zen. And you fell.
I did not. I sleep in trees all the time. You think that I don't know how to not fall out of a tree?
Yes.
I think what you probably heard was sound of the legendary woodchuck of these parts. See, they like to nest in the wood and chuck things at passers-by underneath their trees. Normally, they're not.
Yeah,
out
that's
to dinner,
probably it.
So they may have stumbled across our little camp and tried to pull one on us.
Is that
Exactly.
so?
Oh,
Well,
I didn't see it, but if you heard a crashing noise in these woods, yeah, it's a good chance it was a woodchuck.
It definitely wasn't me falling out of a tree.
Noted, I suppose.
She obviously is like averting her eyes and everything.
Are you good to take watch again, Kaius?
Sure. Nighty night, everybody.
But remember, buddy,
Thanks, Kaius.
if you have the chance to do some lines, I'd appreciate it.
Yes. I make the copy.
Man. That'll light a small cigarette and go to sleep.
Yes, I was thinking we should do
Yeah.
lines.
Yeah. I like how at least three of us were like immediately like,
Yep.
We got time to do some lines.
Oh man.
But I will do that tonight. Try and create a copy of that journal for
That
Nud.
journal. Easy enough. You don't require ink components. I don't know if you have paper or stuff like that, but I'd say it's easy enough. I'm pretty lax with stuff like this. I don't really require you to have like amazing like spell quality paper and write like a copy of a book. Like if you want to copy multiple books all the time, I might have you go to a binder. But like just to get like some sheet copies of this journal, like there's no issues to do that easily enough. And is anything else happening? I think that it wouldn't take you very long.
I mean, it depends on how big the journal is.
I
but
wrote it, and I wrote it on my phone while I was in the hospital.
he wants a copy of the original journal that he got for that quest.
Yeah, from Morris.
Is that?
Oh, the original
This one you've copied before. You just had to wipe it.
Oh,
when it got
the big
stolen.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the coded one.
Do you have okay for that one then? Do you have like a thing that you could write like a blank book or like enough page? Like I know you've got spell components probably written down somewhere, because that would require like an actual good amount of pages. Because this is like, are you trying to make like an exact copy of it or just like a loose copy of it?
So I mean, word for word, it's going to be exact, but I'm not trying to make like a book. Like it could just be like,
it would be. I would still say it would cost you some of that paper spell component.
all right,
'Cause, like,
I have
that's a lot.
$125 worth of gold and ink.
Oh yeah,
for spells.
not even close to that amount. I was thinking like 5 gold worth.
Okay,
of, like,
because
paper.
Yeah, I got it from that dungeon we're
Yeah.
just in.
Yeah, like that requires a lot of paper to copy it down. So even though like this is high quality spell paper, you don't necessarily need to use that. That's sort of like that's the paper you have. So I'd say it
Yeah.
would cost you about 5 gold of that, but you can easily do that tonight.
Cool. I'll do that then.
And you're copying that from memory, or do you have two? Are you basically gonna have 2 copies of this book?
We still have the original of the book.
I had
That's
lent
right.
it to Kaius.
That's right. I remember. It's all coming back to me now.
The last copy I made, I nuked.
I remember that. I was so. That's one of those things as a DM when like something happens like that, you're just like, you as a DM are fucking shocked. And you're like, whoa, what a twist!
What a twist!
I didn't even think of that shit. Like he had the book and you just touched it and it was just gone. I'm like, that's a thing you could just do. Like he's just fucked. Like he's just gonna go there and be like, hey boss, I got the book, and who the fuck knows what's gonna happen to him?
Right here.
It's blank, you cur.
Ooh.
Poor guy's probably gonna die from.
Well, he was threatening us. He made his bed.
Yeah.
I mean, they also attacked us afterwards, so I don't feel so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be my night, just kind of copying that down because it is a pretty big book.
Very good. Done and done. It is the next day.
I will be standing above, like just hovering right over Knud with his book, just waiting for him to open his eyes.
We make it to the morning.
Yes, you do
Just
survive
have to make sure.
this time.
Well, I'll kind of slowly open my eyes and see it, and just whisper to Kaius, "Buddy, this is how it ends for old Knud."
Here's your book.
Oh, well, you made good time on that. Thank you.
And then Kaius will just waddle away.
He gave me the original.
Is that the one you wanted back? Because that's what I thought you wanted.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
the original.
It's not creepy at all.
Is anybody doing anything else this morning other than getting on the
I
road?
am gonna go
Zen
over.
climbs down from her tree.
Oh, you climbed up in a tree last night.
She always sleeps
I
in
don't remember
trees.
I don't remember.
So just
that.
by default, this is gonna happen every night, is what you're saying?
Oh my gosh.
You're
Where's
without
that
your other
thing?
half.
Yeah.
What's that?
But she's without her other half.
Yeah, there's a reason that you never usually have a problem sleeping in trees as like a halfling. Like, these are trees up in the mountains too, so they're not like big, huge like willows and stuff like that. They're sparse and thin. They have to survive up here.
I just like bend over and drop her to the ground.
Yeah.
Sad.
Roll. Yeah. I'll say that there was no issue, luckily, last night.
She tied herself to the tree to make sure.
Yeah.
That say that.
You all see as Zen is getting down. This time she has a rope around her for some reason. She's like untying it to come down off of the tree.
Hiding the rope furiously so they don't see it. She knows that if she had not slept in a tree, they would have known. They would have known that she had fallen out of a tree.
Roll me a sleight of hand check to hide the fact that you used a rope.
Okay. Oh, 22.
Yeah, no one has a passive perception high enough to know that. No one's the wiser.
All right. She is sort of riding the high of like, oh, I didn't fall out of a tree last night.
Best natural high.
Yes.
Right?
Makes
Wow.
you feel good.
But Knud is going to wander over to Cora once she's sort of wrapped up her daily morning meditation ritual.
All right.
Why, Purple One, hoping you could do me a favor.
She just like slowly opens her eyes from meditating. What is that, Nud?
Well, strictly in the interest of scientific discovery and all that, I'll pull out the journal of Agrimius. Since you're handy, reckon you could pull the pages out of this book without damaging them or the cover?
You want me to pull the pages out of this book?
Yeah, just take the cover off them.
Why?
Oh, well, I do it myself, you see, but my claws aren't as sharp as they once were, and my hands aren't as steady as they used to be, so...
Oh, very well.
Yep.
I'm gonna start taking it apart.
Roll me a sleight of hand check.
The sigh gets me.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand is not a strong suit, so that is 8.
Okay. An 8. So Cora goes to help take these pages out of this book for you. It does not go well. A lot of these pages get ripped in half. The cover does come off, but in like 2 pieces. So like the binding, like the actual outer shell of the book comes off in like 2 pieces. It's apart, but it's not clean or done nicely. But it's done.
Okay. I wanna... Well, it was more difficult than I had
it was a good effort, though. Good effort.
Zen comes over. What are you guys doing?
Oh, nothing. Just tearing up this book. Well, really,
Why?
Really checking it out.
What book is that?
Oh, this is the journal that I was told to recover. The journal of the magician whose lair we found. Well, I guess one of his journals, anyhow.
Was it already torn up like that?
Oh, no, I had Cora do that for me just now.
Why'd you do that, Cora?
She looks down at the mess at her feet, and it got away from me a little bit.
Yeah, it's an unwieldy tome, to be sure.
I probably could have done that a lot better.
Well, I'll keep that in mind. I'll come to you next time.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
What's happening?
Oh, you broke a book.
Oh, let's get going. She'll stand up.
Do you have the pieces, Nud?
Yeah, I kept it all.
Good. Away we go.
All right. Is anyone doing anything to go faster today?
You said it'll be about a half day to get there?
If you get there, it'll be a full day. You get there at night unless you did something to try to speed up your journey.
Ooh, we should try.
Zen can do some stealth, like kind of going ahead and just checking things out.
Okay, so if you want to roll stealth, you certainly can.
Okay. Ooh. 12.
12. Okay. What is anybody else doing?
I don't think Knud's doing
Um,
anything today.
Okay.
Could I try a history of like old maps and back roads and like maybe ways that like old like goat paths or farm paths that we could take?
I'll allow that. It'll be fairly high since you're not from this country, but I'll allow it. Not too
That's
high.
cool.
It's not impossible.
18.
18. Okay. And is Cora doing anything?
Yes.
Destroying books.
Can I insight any potential like danger or anything on the road that we can do to avoid?
I'm gonna say that's perception, not insight. Insight would be like if you already see somebody and trying to catch
Okay.
a lie or find intent. But I'm gonna say I'm gonna have to say no to the insight on nature.
Okay.
Cause spoiler alert, nature wants to kill you. What'd you get?
Oh, for perception?
Yeah,
14.
a 14. A moderate success. With the help of everyone but Nud, you do manage today to get there about half a day early. I will describe Willoughby here in a moment. Let's take a quick bio break,
Alright.
and we'll get back into it.
Woo!
I did not expect you guys to go to Willoughby.
Back.
Oh my god. I
Did I
did not.
scare you?
No. You're just loud. I don't like. I have. It's hard to get me to like jump scare normally.
Austin?
I was just not ready. I don't think he's here. I was not expecting you guys to go to Willoughby today. That's all right.
I hear him getting into things he shouldn't be getting into.
I thrive on pressure, so I just whipped up some stuff for Willoughby.
What's that?
What are you getting into?
Nothing.
Yeah, you are. Getting into my closet with my special thing. What are you doing?
I need to know what the special thing is.
I'm sort of a pack rat. And I squirrel away things that I like for a time when I want
Shiny
them.
rocks.
Like specific candies. So like in our storage closet, a whole box of some of my favorite candies that I just keep stocked all the time.
Like the starburst I'm eating.
Oh,
That's what I knew you went in that closet.
Not your closet.
It's my Starburst though. That whole box is my box.
I'm back.
We're
I've
married.
got chips and salsa, so I'm crunching.
There you go.
What's yours is mine, my dear.
What if I don't want it to be?
Divorce exists, I guess.
Tampon box. You gotta put it in a tampon box.
Oh man, you're right.
That don't scare me.
Right?
Yeah, but you don't regularly open it.
Tampons and menstrual stuff does not scare me as a man. Like, I've gone to the store and bought.
No, it's
Bought
not
that stuff
about
for my
that, and
wife.
I'm glad for that. It's not about that. It's just that like probably wouldn't think to look there, but now he will. So never mind.
Yeah, it's about hiding it.
It's so funny because I've done that, and I've had dudes comment on that to me, like, while I'm there, and I'm like, you're a douche, and I feel bad for your woman.
Oh yeah, guys are dicks when it comes to that. Not my guys. They're also dicks.
Your wife's making you run to the store. Like, this dude did it in front of his wife. He's like, oh, your girl's making you come to the store to get that. Huh, poor guy. And I was like, my wife doesn't feel good, and so I'm here to pick these up for her because she's out. Like, that's what you do when you care about the person you love. You do things for them. Also, this is a natural part of life. Are you a child? And
Yeah.
his wife was behind him, just giving him that face. Like, she's like, you getting it.
You getting it?
I like to believe that he had to sleep on the couch that night.
Poor bastard.
No, not really. Her maybe, but she chose to marry a douche, and he chose to be one. So I have no sympathy for people who, make their own beds.
Do they also sleep in them? Or do they just make them?
I hope so. They can sleep wherever the fuck they want.
Make their own couch beds.
Mhm. Right? All right. Are we all ready to go?
I think so.
Sounds like everybody's here.
Yeah, I am.
All right. You set out early in the morning once more, after several days of travel and a harrowing escape from the burning underground research facility of an ancient mage, with new friends inside of some of you.
Awkward.
Right?
Said that?
You see in the distance a small town near a river. Because you're basically coming down from this mountain still, so you are overlooking it. It's sort of like down slope, so you get a good view of this town. Beyond it, you see these like 60-foot white walls. These white marble walls which beyond there's this castle-like structure, also in the same sort of white stone marble. In that there's a smaller black tower within that sort of like 60-foot walled off area. But before that, where you're walking towards, is a town, mostly wooden construction. Off to the very far right, there's not wall, but there's a small weathered-looking keep as well. And you have reached the town of Willoughby.
Well, who knows about this place? Kaius, I assume you have some history knowledge.
Would I? DM?
Yeah, roll some history. You wouldn't maybe know about the town itself, but you would definitely have maybe some idea about the academy.
I was gonna say, because there's like a magic academy or something here.
Yeah, it's the Magic Academy.
18.
18. So you know that this town sort of popped up after the Magic Academy. Sort of like in our world, like a college town or like a military town, like where a military base showed up and then a town showed up around it. That sort of a thing. It showed up here because it's basically close to the border of Sanduuin. There are small magic schools in other major cities, but this became the Magic Academy. This is known as the Academy of Arcane Arts, with the town of Willoughby resting outside of it. To go into the Academy of Arcane Arts, you have to be an admitted student or faculty member, or have some access. But you can't just... You would know with an 18, you can't just show up and be like, hey, let me in.
Is this what I have studied there before going to my master, or
no? You'd have to be a member of. You'd have to have been born or have become a citizen of Elgrest. This is a magic academy that an 18 is good enough. You would know that they're special. They take magic, like all schools of magic, and specialize in it. So typically, wizards go on to do learned magic users go here to learn more magic, see how they can become useful, either become researchers in their own right, or study lost magics, or discover new magics. Sorcerers here become diplomats. They can become advisors or liaisons. Some go on to work in Sanctuary City. Some go to travel between Sanduuin and Elgrest as diplomats for the country. Warlocks are more militaristic. You had seen when you had first entered Elgrest way back in our real lifetime a long time ago, but in game not that long ago, where you had found a fist of warlocks, where it was 5 warlocks, and like a roving military band, and they have approved warlock patrons, and this is where you would go to make that pact. Is this academy?
Okay.
Cool.
There are also there are no bards and clerics and stuff like that, even though mechanically they have magic. They're not considered magic users in that way, where they don't need to go study here to do that. So sorcerers, warlocks, and wizards.
Cool. Okay, he'll just kind of college town.
You would all of you would know, because you had went to that party. You would know that the Lord of Willoughby is Lord Ezra Risbane.
Do we like this lord?
You tell me.
Remind me what we know about him.
Was he the one who
You talked
didn't
to
dance
him
with
at the
me?
party.
Sorry, what was that, Zen?
Was he the one who wouldn't dance with me?
He was the one who declined. He kind of helped he let you dance with the felis that he was talking to, the admiral.
Yeah, okay.
Because
yeah.
he said he politely declined. He said he doesn't dance.
Yeah, with ladies. Yeah, okay.
I mean, you don't know his life.
I think that was the halfling that was insinuating that ladies were not his
I thought it was this guy who didn't want to dance with me. He was like, "Oh, I don't dance with your kind," meaning he didn't say it like that.
No. He just said he doesn't dance.
Oh, well,
You didn't see him dance at all.
Oh, well, fuck him.
This guy. He was the guy who he had a lot of like he had like a sort of like face mask pulled up a little bit, but you could see he had a ton of scars. He had like a weapon on him. He was one of the few people. Him and the admiral were like two people there that didn't have any bodyguards or attendants. Like he didn't look like a lord. But no, he was. I very distinctly remember him not being racist.
Oh no,
I did not play him that way.
I thought it was that he was gay and he didn't want to dance with me. That's all.
No, that was a
think
halfling that I specifically remember.
Yeah.
It was like
the halfling is.
Oh, okay.
You asked about because like you
God,
asked to dance
everyone
with
was
halfling.
telling me no.
Yeah,
That's I can't.
you
keep
asked
it
that.
straight.
Yeah. Well, a couple people told you yes, but you you didn't ask a lot. There were a lot of people
that's
there you
true.
could have asked. You just didn't ask them. You did dance with the old halfling admiral who had a great time.
That's true. Yeah.
I had him be this like I loved that I had him be this like gruff like serious guy, and then you asked him, and I was like, he wouldn't turn down a lady, and so then I was like, this is like this one soft spot where he's just like he loves to dance.
Okay.
I wanted to be a dancer, but my father made me join the academy and became an admiral. But I've always wanted to be in the ballet. No, he's like a fatter, older, like what are that? Like a Persian, like tabby Persian felis?
Yeah, I think so.
Like with the flat faces,
Yeah.
with the big mustache. Like he's like got the big mustache and everything.
wonderful.
But yeah, the halfling lord is. He was like, no, I appreciate it. I'm not interested. And you were like, why? And he was just like, I'd rather dance with like one of your friends,
Yeah,
basically, and
okay.
like pointed out like a dude.
That's what I was thinking.
So
of.
that's he was like, that's not the way I swing.
Okay. There's
No
some
offense.
stuff about Lord Renford from Willoughby and stuff in the note channel. So yeah, there's some good stuff in there.
Well, I have problems with the Magic Academy. They have closed their
that's what I've
doors.
Looking for someone to force the issue.
Oh, did I put Reniford? That is a
have
mistype.
Lord
It is
Risbane on
Risbane. Yeah, it looks like
Risbane, yeah, it's in there.
that's right. Looks like the note that Cora threw in there says Reniford. I might have originally had it say Reniford. I always thought it was Risbane.
It might have been a mistake on my part too.
That's all right. No worries. Yeah, it's Risbane. I'm gonna write Reniford down. That's a good name. That's a lord ass name. Sometimes you hear a fantasy name and you're like, God damn, that's a fantasy name. But yeah, you have shown up to the town. What are you guys looking for?
Well, give me your thoughts on where we need to go.
Well, before we get to business, I think these two had some shopping to do.
That's true.
Reckon
Is it not?
Kaius some scroll paper.
I go talk to magic men.
Yeah, eventually we'll get to that.
Scroll first then.
I need armor.
And armor.
How big of a town is it? Like, if I needed to send a message very quickly, could I find somewhere to do it here?
You might be able to find and get that done through. This is not a huge town, so you don't see. Like, you could see like most of the buildings here. There's a lot of like houses and stuff like that. It's not huge. Going through the town, you wouldn't find a. What the hell is it called? You wouldn't find the wand delivery services, the witch's attentive and nimble delivery.
Oh my god.
No, yeah, they don't have an actual building here, like a post office. But you think that if you went to, most of the time, if you have to send a letter off, you could take it to typically any tavern, and for a fee, when those people would come through, they would have it delivered for you.
I was thinking something quicker, like if I could find someone to do sending.
You might be able to find someone to do that at the academy, or you might be able to find someone just around who could do it. But you'd have to
All
search.
right.
There's not just like a place that they have designated that could just do that for you here, unfortunately.
Okay. I'll do that after we find Zen her armor.
Okay. So going around the town looking for just armor. Are you looking just to get some standard armor?
Something just better than what I have now.
So anything.
Pretty much anything.
What do you have?
I have, I think, leather armor.
Just leather,
Ooh,
standard leather.
Leather.
Yeah, I just have.
That could.
You're a ranger, right? Can't you wear medium?
They can. It just it imposes disadvantage on stealth checks, depending on the medium armor. So, I find it it kind of sucks for you guys because like I don't know how much money you have now, but had you gone back to Ilorios to get your reward, you'd have more money. Why I was very shocked you guys weren't here instead, but yes, studded leather. You do find a place just simply called the Forge. It doesn't look like a lot of places here have a lot of bells and whistles, but you do find a place just called the Forge, with some halflings inside working away. An older one greets you. Oh, how's it going? Welcome to the Forge. What can I get for you?
Hi, I need some armor so that I don't die. I'm a ranger, so something I can move in, but that'll still protect me.
Okay, you're looking for chainmail or just sturdier leathers or
Sturdy leather's fine. I don't have a lot of money to spend.
okay, well, we got some good standard some studded leathers here. For 45 gold.
Alright, that's all my gold. I guess it's worth it.
And worth every penny. I lied. This place is called the Genuine Forge.
Interesting change.
I had that name. I just wasn't on Willoughby, and I was like, oh, I did name this. I did name a place here. Good job, past me.
Ooh.
Sometimes I come in clutch, and sometimes past me is a bastard who didn't do any prep work. But yeah.
Leave tomorrow's problems to tomorrow's me.
Yep. And then I go, yesterday's me, as I shake my hand into the sky. Is anyone else getting anything here at the Forge?
I want to look around and see if he has anything like neat or decorative, just like a little
Bobble.
bauble or something odd.
Let's take a look. He does not. It looks like everything here is very simple. Like it all serves a functional purpose. But it looks like it's not just weapons and armor. So it's not just leathers and swords and armor. It's like it looks like off to the side you see looks like he's building like gates and like farming tools and stuff like that. So this is probably, it's not a huge town. So this is probably the town smith. So anything that has to be done here probably gets done here. So he probably has a constant flux of work. There's probably not much time that he has that he could do sort of baubles and stuff like that unless he was like commissioned for something specific.
Okay. And I'm good.
Is there
Yep.
anybody else?
All good in my
I'm
end.
good.
Okay. Where would you all like to look for next?
As we walk around, is there anywhere
What
I
did
can get scroll paper or just like whatever you call it, supplies?
There actually is. There's a couple stores here, other stores. There is one tavern here, and there are a couple stores. There is generally good goods, and the Magician's Crook as stores, and the tavern is called Leafs, Libations, and Laydown. And underneath it, there's like a second sign that's like pinned to it. It says proud server of Good Barrel Wine Company.
Good barrel
I'd
wine.
say we're definitely gonna have to make a stop there, but first let me lady these generally good goods.
All right. Sounds real promising.
All right, so you're going to
Generally good goods.
the. Okay, you go in. There's a
Oh,
human, an older human female behind the counter. Well, hello. What can I get you
Hana,
for?
my scholarly friend here is in need of some paper and accoutrement for his writing.
I am? Oh no.
Are you looking for, like, high quality paper, or just something to write on, or?
Oh, what do you say, Kaius? A particular paper you prefer?
I will walk around the store. Do I see like the high quality, like finer, like spell paper and
There is not in here. No, they've got like a general like journal paper and stuff like that. Like they've got some ink, and some quill, but not what you're looking for when it comes to like magic accoutrement. This is just a general store.
Okay, he'll kind of look up and nope, all trash.
Oh,
That's not nice, but fair.
Oh, as long as we're here, I could stock up on rolling papers at least.
Sure. Just
Yeah.
like for your cigarettes. Yeah, it's like
We'll get
two
a
copper.
lot.
Okay. I don't know if we've ever done that before. We'll just say like if you wanted to give like a silver, like you have enough until you decide you feel
Yeah,
like you
that's
don't
pretty
anymore.
Much what I was doing. I've been smoking.
Okay,
a lot
cool.
on
Imagining him walking out with like literal handfuls of it and like this'll last me the week. Like
Yeah, I as much as I'm guilty of it. Like I'm not trying to make you guys play like Merchant Simulator. As Norm knows, I accidentally turned a game into Merchant Simulator. I played a wizard, and we had very little money, and the DM was not as generous with his money. So I was like, "Fine, I'll make my own revenue." And he was like, "Ah, damn it."
yo, wizards can make money like hand over fist.
We had a good thing going.
We did. We had like a whole like we had a company. We had like an LLC, and like we had a bank account that was accruing interest. And like we sold goods for profit. Like I actually went into the book because there's like actually like parts of the book that like go over like trade goods, and I was like,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna buy these trade goods, and I was like, how much are they worth here? And he was like having to like make them up on the fly, and I was like, sell it all. And he's like, oh god, what have I done? And I was like, you fucked up is what you've done. Because I was a wizard and I needed a lot of money. Because he would give me spells, but he wasn't giving me like enough
Right.
paper or materials or money for it. So I was like, I'll fucking make that happen then. You goon.
Wizards are paid to win, man.
You goon, you fool. You thought
Wow.
you could bamboozle me? Incorrect.
poor bastard.
Yeah, that game ended for other reasons, but it was fun while it lasted.
Forever in our hearts.
Anyway, forever in our hearts, and sometimes makes appearances in my games, as you have seen.
So before we head over to Leaf's libations, was it the Magician's Crook?
Mm-hmm.
I'll pop in there real quick.
Okay, you do so. There is a half orc behind the counter, a younger half orc, slim for one, still big but slim for a half orc. Turns around. Oh, welcome, friends. How can I help you?
Oh, well, hello, young master. My friend here is in need of new paper, the finest stuff you've got.
Oh, sure. How much do you need?
Oh, tell you what, you start pulling some down, and my buddy here will tell you when.
All right, Kaius, you tell me how much paper you want here.
I have a
I'm
gold. I've still got 120 gold worth of like spell papers and materials and stuff. So, whatever you want to contribute to the wizard.
I'll just replace how much he used and then some.
Okay. You give me that gold amount, so he can, because he's gonna have to write down that gold amount. Okay, so you can write another 10 gold worth of that paper and stuff on your wizard supplies. He ties it up for you in a nice, neat bundle. Is there anything else I can interest you in?
Do you provide sending services?
Yes, we do have some mages from the college who come here from time to time that we give them a discount if they help us with stuff like that.
Wonderful. I have a message.
Okay, please write down the description of who you're sending the message to and the message, and I will make sure that it is sent out.
Cool. I would like to be sending it to my master back in Glowhollow.
Uh-oh.
Okay, you type out that message to me.
Could it be 25 characters or less? 25 words or less?
I believe, yeah, that is sending. And it's like 5 gold to send the message.
I will look to Nud. Could I have 4 gold? Yay.
Everybody ready for a drink?
Well, more than.
Let's go see what Leaf is pouring.
Nothing.
Right. You head over to Leaf's Libations. It is a fairly lively tavern, despite it being kind of the midday. Here in this smaller town, but again, this is the only real watering hole it looks like in this place. You see there's some music being played by like a local bard off in the corner. Just a young man, probably just learned his trade, just playing a flute. There's a person in the corner accompanying him, an older gentleman with like a dulcimer. People are, clapping and cheering and drinking. Roll me perception checks.
Ooh. 19.
19.
16.
And did anyone get lower than a 10? Great. So in the corner, as lively as it is here, you do see some very odd customers here. Some people that do not fit.
Ooh.
You see a group of 4 people at a table. One looks to be a younger human female. A lot of like scarves and like cloak covering most of her face and her hair. But for the most part, you can easily tell that she is a human. Younger. A very large young Goliath man. Red auburn, like big red beard. The head that's shaved. Some tattoos, but not as many as you have some of you are used to seeing on Goliaths. A red dragonborn in to some of you, very exotic looking armor, but very traditional old guard armor that you would recognize, Cora. And then a darker furred tabaxi woman in robes, all sitting at a table that kind of clock you. You each clock each other as you walk in. And I will post their pictures here.
Is this the other group?
This is another group.
Ooh.
So I'll post their pictures here for you to give you a visual of what they look like. And I won't post this art onto the video because it's not my art. I don't own it, so this is just for your own visuals.
When Cora clocks them, she's going to just observe for a moment and then look away because, frankly, they're not worth her time in her eyes.
Sure.
From farther away, I thought the dragonborn was some kind of bird. Because of the beard. It looked like, like a beak.
Oh, I see. I could see where you would see that.
I was like, that's cool. Parrot samurai.
Yeah.
Now I need to make it.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Even Master Chicken's going in there. And he's a chicken.
What is that from? That sounds familiar.
Kung Fu Panda 3.
Oh, that's right.
And chicken with like throwing knives.
Nice. Yeah, those are the people that you see there.
Go grab a table.
Yeah,
Zen,
easily enough. A barmaid comes up to you as well to take your orders if you have any.
Zen is keeping an eye on the people at the other table. She's just kind of glaring at them.
As you glare at them, the younger female with the scarves and stuff over her face and her head also she immediately returns your glower, just not breaking eye contact.
They're another group, like one of us, like
You would gather with the amalgamation of their clothing and their races. I would say that if you have a positive insight, you could infer they're more than likely similarly employed.
Oh, I do. Would we know their number?
Roll me a history check.
Can I walk over to their table?
Yeah, you can. Let's do Cora's thing first, and then you can walk over and do your thing.
12?
12. They were not designated to your area, so they weren't in your grouping of, like, I believe it was like 1 to 15.
Yeah.
Was sent there. Like, they weren't in that grouping.
Interesting.
But you would also know, I would say, that like your numbers don't necessarily mean anything. It was just how you got grouped.
Nud, you know them?
Oh, looks like a handsome bunch.
Nud, you could roll me a history
See if
check
I've
if you
run into them
want.
before.
Yeah, because like you, each of these people is from one of your respective countries. You have the
Handler,
hold on. You, Nud, have the highest chance of knowing who the person from Sanctuary City is because it's only within the city.
Well, that's a 7 on my history.
You have never seen this person before.
Nope.
She's quite beautiful, but you've never seen her before. What was the thing that you had said, Cora?
Oh, I was just saying, like, they all have, like, a handler, like, basically what Nud is for us, like, how he was kind of the head of the group.
Yeah, that there's someone from Sanctuary City. Like that's every person there is someone from a country.
All right.
So there's one person there that's probably from that country, but you don't know who that could be. You could make inferences based on what I've told you about the history of the world, about who usually comes from where.
Yeah, she'll just go order tea.
Okay, Kaius. We'll cut to you. Everyone else is sit down at the table. The two younger members of each group are glaring at each other. Your monk is decidedly pointedly ignoring them. Knud is doing. I don't know what Knud is doing.
At him, but not
I'm
anything too overt.
Yeah, Knud is at the table with them, but you walk over to them.
Walk up. Hiya, we're Team Purple.
They all kind of look to you, except for like the young female who's glaring at Zen, kind of just like her eyes dart to you, but go right back to looking at Zen across the room, pointedly ignoring you. But the young-looking Goliath man kind of like leans down.
Oh, hello.
Hi. What's your name?
Oh, well, my name is, Ogden. I'm part of, we just call ourselves the Peacemakers. We're, seems like we're in the same boat, huh?
Yes.
He holds out a hand. It's
Nice to meet you.
I will have one of my tentacles shake his hand.
He just kind of like his eyes like widen a little bit, but he shakes the tentacle hand.
I like you.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure in time that I would grow to like you as well.
Who are your friends?
He looks.
This is,
Mielkos, and he points to the red dragonborn.
and this is Clover.
He points to the tabaxi,
And this is young Riga.
he points to the human.
You have a young one too.
Yes, I wonder if that's just, part of it.
Can Cora like lean then and be like, "Stop! They're not worth our time."
Come, drink, yes?
Sure. He like just pats the seat next to him.
Oh boy.
Do you look away, Zen, as Cora like whispers that to you?
What was it Cora whispered?
Cora will lean down to Zen and just like quietly whisper, "Not worth our time. Don't bother."
Zen like crosses her arms. She's sort of like, yeah, you're right, but she's struggling to. She's not going to be the first one to give in.
Daring.
Yeah, she's just not breaking eye contact with you. She's just looking at you very smugly.
Is this straight up turning into like a no blink contest?
It seems
It-
like
It's not really like a no blink contest, but like neither one want to be the one to break this. Zen basically started this by giving like a shitty look, and this person's just meeting it.
Yep. Cool. I will
they're just-
sit with them.
Yeah,
He's like, oh, brings you to Willoughby.
Come off the mountain.
Oh, very nice. How was the
Ye-
trip?
Oh, Kitty almost drowned.
He's like, oh, that's unfortunate. You must have a healer in your group then.
A what?
A healer?
Oh, that would be smart.
Oh, I assume some of your friends either have healing magics or knowledge on how to heal, or they wouldn't have put you in a group without one, I imagine.
Do I know if we do?
You would know that Nud is that person.
Before, too.
Oh, okay, then I'll go.
He has
Right.
he has healing spells. Zen has a little bit, but it's mostly like they typically put in one person who could do healing, and then there's usually someone that can augment it a little bit. But for the most part,
Okay, so yes, the kitty.
That's unfortunate, but it looks like he made it out all right.
Yes, yes. Why are you here?
We just got done with the job ourselves, actually.
Ooh. What did you do?
Oh, the good Lord Risbane had some issues with the academy, and we helped resolve them.
Oh, that's why we're here.
Oh, I'm sorry, friend, but job's already done.
It's okay. What happened?
Oh god.
the red dragonborn nudges him and just like shakes his head no, and he looks down.
Oh, sorry, friend. Unfortunately, it's something that's need to know with the academy. I'm sure if you went there and talked to them, they might be able to tell you something, but we sort of can't.
Oh, sad.
I'm sorry, it's just part of the job, you understand.
No.
Well, hopefully they can clear it up for you. I'm just not allowed.
Yes, yes. Silly rules. I want to try waving over my group.
You all see Kaius trying to wave you over.
Cora's not looking. She would not see it.
I think I was probably watching the performers do their little show. Letting Kaius do his thing.
I would say
Oh, Zen
Zen
can see.
and yeah, because you're like looking at the whole table. You're looking at her specifically, but you would see Kaius waving
She's
you all over.
totally ignoring him. She can see it, but she's just not going over there.
Your party is not paying attention to you.
I'll stand on my little seat.
Oh god.
Uh-oh, they can't hear me.
Oh, please don't.
I will use thaumaturgy to boom my voice and go, guys!
Oh,
Ugh.
everything okay?
Come!
Sure, why not?
I can think of 10 reasons why.
Your Zen, your counterpart just is so much more smug.
Cora will
But,
and head over.
as you all begin to head over, whoever decides to head over heads over. The tabaxi, the taller tabaxi, gets up and looks to the cleric. Augie, I will be retiring for the evening. And just walks off as you guys approach.
Zen is not approaching.
The other three stay.
That is.
Who is?
Cora is.
So Zen is at a table by herself.
Yeah, arms crossed.
And everyone else, yeah.
Oh,
What did you ask for a drink, Zensika?
Milk.
Oh, she
probably.
got tea. She got tea.
Yeah.
Aw, she copied Cora.
No, Cora copied her. Same with the meditation.
Canonically, no, but in Zen's head, yes. Like that pirate meme. Well, no, but yes.
I'll go with it, that's fine.
And you all sit down at this table.
Oh, welcome, friends.
so what's the poop in Willoughby?
What?
I don't know, what's happening?
Oh, I guess nothing now.
Oh yeah.
They did it. All done.
Good, then we can move
We're
on.
just passing through, as it were.
The The dragonborn looks up at you both, and that would probably be for the best.
Is that a threat?
Jesus.
Did it sound like one?
I reckon.
It did.
They know we're on a mission, and
Then
they're on
perhaps
a mission.
you should. Perhaps you shouldn't be so jumpy then. If that sounded like a threat.
Cora just raises a brow, entirely unimpressed.
He doesn't make any expression.
Are you guys drinking the good barrel or what?
The man, the Goliath, who has introduced himself as Ogden.
Oh, yes, that's what
It's the
I'm
stuff.
drinking.
Cheers.
Mielkos is drinking, and Riga doesn't drink.
I'll raise my mug for a toast to them.
He'll tap it. Even the dragonborn doesn't reach over to tap it, but he does like do like a slight raise and like respect, like mutual respect sort of a deal.
So, since you quieted things down, which way are you headed from here on the map?
We were thinking about checking out the fighting pits in Sanduuin.
Do I know which direction that is from here?
Yes, let me take a look here. That would be in Hraustrow, which is in Sanduuin. It is, if you look on the Sanduuin side, like if you see Glow Hollow at the very top in big letters, it's
Probably
directly
on
south
our
of
way,
that.
unless we go back through Sanctuary City.
Depending on the route you take, you could pass through it to Nosai, unless you would have to pass through that to Nosai unless you went through Sanctuary City.
Oh, and I guess there's an even chance we'll be seeing each other on the road.
Potentially. It's not. I guess a lot of us have already tapped out. What I've heard.
What do you mean?
Well, some people have lost members and couldn't find replacements, and some people were taken advantage of. Some people used their new position for illegal purposes and were pulled out. So
You hate to see it.
it happens. I mean, I'm sort of sad that so many people on such a good mission, quit or had such bad things happen to them, but that's sort of the nature of business, I guess.
Yeah, that's the road we chose to walk, I guess. Well, I'm glad to see that at least some of us are staying honest and spreading the good news.
Well, someone has to do it, and I hear they're going to probably try to get in a new set of people to do it, so if we get out there and make it maybe a little bit safer for them, maybe they'll hang in there a bit longer.
That's a notion I can drink to.
He will raise a glass.
We'll look around and see what Zen is doing.
I imagine still at the table glaring at this person. This person who has been glaring at Zen kind of looks around at her table and sees that all of Zen's friends are actually over here and Zen's by herself. So she just kind of makes one last smug face and just turns to stop paying attention to Zensika.
Zen considers that a win. Oh, I cannot look at that. Oh my god.
Zen considers it a win, but Riga considers the fact that you're by yourself at the table a win. So
Zen continues to just drink her tea. She is not bothered. She has plenty to say to her group, though, when they come back.
So, this girl gets up from the table, who was told to you is named Riga, gets up. I have to go pick up my commission. I'll be back. And leaves the table in the tavern.
Bye.
She just nonchalantly waves a hand back at you.
I watch Zen very carefully.
As soon as Riga's out of sight, Zen gets up and goes over to the table.
Okay.
Follow her outside.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Catch me outside.
Yeah. I don't know who that would go well for.
As she walks up, I wanna. This is our young one.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Zen, and she's really kind to him.
I'm Augen. This is Mielkos.
Who was that, human lady?
That's Riga.
What's wrong with her?
Zen.
What?
I don't really know if anything's wrong with her. I'm quite a good healer, so if I think something was wrong with her, I'd know.
Oh, so you're like the group Kaius.
The what?
Nothing.
Is Kaius... You're Kaius, right? You didn't tell me you were a healer.
He's not.
Oh, I'm confused.
Don't worry
then.
about it. It's great to meet you. You seem really nice.
Thank you. You too.
She just kind of looks at Cora, like, sort of apologetically, but also sort of like, I've got them figured out.
It does. It's everything in Cora's power not to roll her eyes.
Kaius will be staring at his hands like, I'm a healer?
So, Mielkos, this red dragonborn, takes a last swig of his drink and looks to Augen. Don't stay out too long. I'm going to check on Riga, make sure she doesn't get into any trouble. And looks to you, Cora, and says, you should have a drink. You look like you could relax. And slides his cup over to you.
She does not touch it.
He like passes you a glance and just does like a finger on the side of his nose to you and leaves.
What does that even mean?
Roll an insight check.
Motherfucker. 17.
There's something about he slid this mug to you very purposely, but there's nothing in it.
That's what I get with the insight check?
Yeah, there's something about this mug that he slid over to you for a reason, but it's empty.
Kaius, what is that?
That is a cup.
I give him a look that says, look harder.
Well spotted. You better get that cup filled back up for you. I'm gonna go get a carafe of good barrel wine.
Okay, yeah. You go off and do that. It's fairly expensive for wine. It's about 2 gold for like a pitcher of it.
Spring for the table.
I guess if the purple one wants me to look at it, I will pick up the cup.
Kaius goes to pick up this cup. Kaius, it's a fucking cup. Cora, underneath the cup, there's a small piece of parchment.
Oh, I snatch it.
I'm gonna keep staring at the cup and.
Yeah, Kaius is completely oblivious to that there was a
I'm
note.
gonna assume with Zen's passive perception, at least, like, she can see what's going on here.
You see a note that gets
Okay.
snatched by Cora.
She just kind of like,
And this is what
oh,
the note
she's just looking
says
at
to
Cora
you.
like meaningfully.
I sent you that message, by the way, Steve.
Yeah, I got it. Yep.
Cool.
But that is all the note says. It's just a very small little tidbit.
Interesting.
What does it say? She kind of whispers it.
What?
I asked-
Nothing. She tucks the
I
note
asked
away.
Cora what she just said. I couldn't hear her.
Oh, it's pretty loud in here, but I should go check on Clover anyway. It was nice meeting all of you. I hope I see you again
Cheers.
before you leave.
Yeah,
Bye.
yeah.
Goes-
If you need help, call on Team Purple.
Oh, if likewise.
Always do.
Could always. You guys can, if you ever need to reach me, we'll go by the Peacekeepers, but you can just call me Augie.
Thanks, Augie.
Bye.
Goes up the stairs.
What a goober.
I like him.
Yeah, you would.
Best not to. She looks pointedly at Zen.
He's nice. I can't say much for that human girl.
You started
What
that.
did I start?
You were the first one. Don't pretend like you
She
weren't.
was giving me a weird look.
Oh, you have a captivating appearance, and it's a hazard you'll have to get used to on the road, I'm afraid.
She kind of like chuckles and coughs and blushes a little at that.
Oh, we all have a burden to bear, I guess.
I mean, you didn't even think she was pretty, right, Nud?
Oh my god. Cora's just like,
Wouldn't
why?
kick her out of bed for eating hay.
Huh? Zen just like shakes her head and looks at Cora. What did it say?
She pulls out the note and gives it to Zen.
It says simply on it, watch your back, monastery or not. We are not usually welcome.
Is he from your hometown?
I would assume. Somewhere near it, at least.
Did it seem weird to you guys that they kind of matched us?
Well, that's kind of part of the initiative, isn't it? And a bunch of
Yeah, but not like that.
Please, nobody can match Team Purple, right?
Oh, that's yet to be seen.
I guess they'd have to be Team Red.
Team Red. What, Kaius? I mean,
Well,
Knud?
the more challenges we face, the more confidence we can have that we are unmatchable.
Exactly. Besides, sounds like they took care of a annoying political job. And we can keep
That's
going
why
on
we
our
make
way.
even better time now.
Exactly. I do think we should get on the road a little bit earlier than usual, though.
Where are we going now that they've already taken care of Willoughby?
Remind me the next city name?
The one next to you, or are you talking about like the one you're heading to? Because there's
one
all
where-
the one you're heading to, I believe. Someone mentioned that you guys wanted to go to
I can
Nose
say
Eye.
that that's
Depending on which way you travel, you could either go down to Clypeus and across to go to Sanctuary City, or you could go directly into Sanduuin. If you look at the map there, if you go directly right from Willoughby, you'd go into Sanduuin, near the Udall Lake, and then eventually crossing Kraustrow. And then from there, you could either go all the way up to Kartang and then down to Darnasdi, or you can go down from Kraustrow to past Perlawan, and then make your way around that mountain range all the way to Nosai. So it really depends on how you want to go about that trip.
I want to trace those paths, and then I want to say, does anyone have a preference?
I reckon we could save up enough gold on our way to Port Parisian and book a ship to take us around the long way to Nosai.
Ooh, that's a good point. I didn't even think of that.
Our buddy from the mountains seemed to have a summer home of sorts there.
Everyone in agreement then?
Agreed.
Kaius?
I think that would be a good place for the session to stop with that plan in place.
Cool.
I completely forgot that these 4 people are going to have unique voices, and I was like, shit.
It seriously seems like there's a match for each of us.
Yeah, like, it's sort of the... I didn't match... So I'll full disclosure tell you, like, none of them are your classes. But there's each one of them is from one of the countries or Sanctuary City. So I pulled from the races that are common there for each of these people. So obviously you could probably figure out who is from Krissune.
What?
I just rolled on like a die. Like I did like a D4 die and I had like a race for each person. Except for Sanctuary City, I was just like, it could be any race. And just randomly was like, why not Tabaxi?
I love Tabaxis.
They're cool. I've never played one,
I
but
played
I wanted
one
to.
session with one and then COVID. So like I have like a Tabaxi character built that he's a bard.
Yeah, the leaf of the Leaf's Libations is Norm's wife's character from that campaign that I said turned into Merchant Simulator and then it
Tabaxi
imploded.
Bard, I believe.
Tabaxi bard named Leaf. Felix Goodbarrel was a very like kind-hearted, soft-spoken Goliath,
Really tried.
like a Goliath grappler.
Tried to be a counterweight.
It just sucks that grappling requires a
Yeah, we
fucking
discovered
flow
that.
chart. There's actually, speaking of, if you ever decide to play a grappler again, I did find like someone had made a practical guide to grappling.
I mean, it's just like an athletics check, right?
Yeah, but it depends on like all the feats and like the other stuff you can get that affect grappling. This person made like if you have this thing happens sort
The
of a
mechanics
thing.
also
Oh,
don't
I
really work
see.
the way I would imagine. Like I imagine grappling like you put them in a bear hug or a headlock in the game, unless you
Yeah.
Mhm.
what's the word? You have to like take them all the way down to the ground, but then you're both prone. Yeah, restrain.
You have
So
to
when you're
restrain
grappling
them.
Yeah.
You don't really
Yeah,
do
because-
a whole lot except prevent them from moving.
Yeah,
Oh.
because you have
Feet
feats and
is
stuff like
zero.
that. That's why this thing here like is really good because it's like, here's the fundamentals of grappling. Here's how to optimize grappling. Here's good races for it, classes for it. Here's feats for it, spells, magic items, like builds, how to prevent a grapple, how to get out of a grapple.
Interesting.
So, like you can make a full build based on grappling.
I'll tell you, getting into one is a lot like easier than getting out because you can use all your attacks and keep attempting to grapple.
Yeah.
But it's a full ass action to try and break one.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Well, it's like a reaction to
It's-
not.
It's a
Or is
contested
it a
roll
reaction
at
to
the
break out of a
beginning,
grapple?
And if I
It's a
start
full
getting
action.
grappling, then
It's a contested
Yeah.
roll. Yeah,
But
it's
I mean, like-
acrobatics or athletics, and if you fail it, then it becomes athletics. You don't have a choice.
I think you can use acrobatics to get out of it too.
I don't think you can. I think that once, from what I remember reading, I think that once, like the initial one,
I thought it was the other way around.
No, as far as I'm aware, to get out of one, for the initial, like you can use acrobatics to like dodge out of the way or slip out. But once you're grappled, I think it's a contested athletics check.
Interesting.
I'm sure that in the practical guide to grappling, it lists that.
Yeah, you're right. You can use an acrobatics to attempt to get out
Escape
of it.
Yeah.
But it's like but if you're like a fighter, you can use all of your attacks. Like
Mhm.
even if they break the first one, you can try again, and if you have another attack again. But then on their turn, if you did successfully, like in any of those three, grapple them, they have to use their whole action just to try and break it.
so they can't
Yeah.
attack while they're grappled. Oh,
Well, they can. They can't break the grapple and attack. Like
Yeah. I just imagine like two people tussling on the floor.
I feel kind of like a dick now because he like warned me and I was rude.
I feel like honestly it worked out because I think that to me it feels like that's sort of maybe the contentious relationship that people in your country have. Like there's not a ton of trust because you never know who's working for who. Like is someone working for, the government? Is someone working against the government? Like you have a full ass rebellion that's also happening in that country.
That's fair. All right.
And it's very like imperialistic. So like status is a huge deal, and like stoicism is a huge thing, and you're like within the culture of Krissune. So like you both were standoffish with one another, which is that's par for the course for your people and how your people act. But he was still like, hey, like watch your back. Like you just because you're part of the monastery doesn't mean that people here aren't going to be dicks to you because you're not from around here.
That's fair. That's fair.
So he thought there was a plot point over there because he pointed him out. So when everyone sat down, I was like, well, fuck it, I'll go talk to him then.
Yeah. They're sort of like they can be as much of a plot point. Like I trying to implement my own nemesis system. So like because there's stuff that's happening in the world, and you're not the only like in the beginning. Like I was like, yeah, there's other teams, and I didn't even realize the implication of that of like, oh shit, there's other teams. So I was like, why not, like, instead of making a bunch of different fucking teams, like, have some people make cameos or verbal appearances, but, like, have one group actually be there in the world to make it feel like it's more alive and stuff is happening.
I liked it. I like knowing another group. Like,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and that thing for Willoughby, the thing like, there's a couple missions that you could have done. This one was sort of one of the time-sensitive ones. So I was like, oh shit, like, bad shit's gonna happen if no one deals with this. And I was like, well, there are other groups out there,
They'll deal with it.
so they'll deal with it.
also, 100%, no one told him to stop. So Kaius is gonna research this cup all night.
Yeah. I just imagine the next day everyone comes down and Kaius is still looking in that cup.
He's like, it's made of cedar, and I see like 40.
I know the wood it's made of. I could tell you where it came from. I could tell you the smith who forged it.
What else do you want to know, Purple One?
It once held ale, but before that it held water.
I will know all about this cup.
You will have advantage on all history checks with this cup.
if memory serves, we were gonna have to skip something.
Yes, we were
Next
just
week,
skipping
right?
next week, so we're not playing on the 3rd. But we might play on the 10th? I don't remember
I
if
will
we're
be
doing
out
that
of
or
town on
not.
the 10th.
That's what it was.
Oh yeah, we
That's
were gonna
right.
schedule that.
We're skipping like 2 weeks, I think, because we're not
Yeah.
playing next Friday.
Well, I
Because
thought we
next Friday is when we were going to play, but we moved it to this week because we couldn't
Yes.
play that week or the one after. So
Yeah. So the next time we'll play sounds like it'll be the 17th.
Wait,
But
next Friday.
unless we do a weekday.
because next Friday I am running for my other group now.
Oh, okay.
but I also believe that we couldn't do that anyway.
I feel so betrayed.
Well, I didn't switch to every other. I didn't want to be the one to switch to every other week. That was someone else's suggestion.
Fair.
And I moved up to play this week.
But weren't we, for the week of the 10th, weren't we going to try and reschedule to another day that worked for everyone?
We can try. We can try it, but like I said, I know that Zen's not going to be here. If everyone else can play, I could probably run a small session just without Zen in it, and it would just be maybe in Willoughby or something.
I was gonna say I have to stay in Willoughby for a little bit, at least until I hear back from my master.
Fair. Well, let's just skip it then. It's fine.
Yeah, we can skip it, or we can run a small session in Willoughby, or if people are jonesing, I could run something different.
Zen could go home to get Edgar or something. Maybe, I don't know, something happened. If you need just.
That would take a while for you to go to there to get Edgar. It's a week's travel.
All right.
But we'll figure something out. Maybe you guys hang around in town for some reason.
We could honestly just do a one-shot. That way we're not doing anything different in the campaign.
We could do a one-shot, or I could run something different. It just depends on what I should have time for, because I don't have a lot going on right now. But we can see on
note of where we are though, then in the notes, so we don't all forget.
In the notes, let's see. So just met rival group.
Rival pains in the asses.
Willoughby. Isn't that
nice.
You guys? Yeah, I think honestly, if we're going by who is the pain in the ass, I think your group is taking the cake on that one.
I mean, you're right, but
yeah, you may hate to hear it, but sometimes the truth hurts.
Hey, Kaius was very nice and friendly.
What is he not?
There's my note.
Cool.
Awaiting Edgar and Caius's master response. So we got Zen won the staring contest, and Riga won not sitting at a table alone like a loser.
That's not the way Zen would remember it.
Well, I have them basically as they specifically are straight up they're very Riga is basically also
Oh my god.
Younger, but
Okay, but
very, very contentious.
listen. Imagine the girl
No.
talk you could have about
No.
hot rangers.
We'll just put that in the notes too, because that's important.
She's not a hot bot Heron fan.
My god.
Yeah, what if you him?
She thinks hot
Oh
bot
my
Heron is
God.
a tool.
Yeah,
She's like a hipster who has to find other things cool.
She has taste.
what if she likes enemy? Is there an enemy of Hotbot Heron?
Women
Just all women.
Like a rival?
and women in general that
God,
have
there
met him.
should be a rival!
They're like I said, they're not matching your classes. So Riga's not a ranger. You don't even know she's from Elgrest, so she may not even know who the rangers
She
are.
sucks.
You could certainly decide next session to try to get to know all of them and find out more about them. I have full ass backstories for all of them. I could honestly pick up any of these people and play them as a full character in a
is
game.
this the other group you're playing with, or is this a different group that you've created?
No. This is specifically a rival group
NPC group.
to you guys. So the other group yes, exactly. So the other one I'm calling the other campaign called Oroi Second Squad. They also have a rival group.
They're
Like
number
they'll-
two.
Do
Yeah,
they
they'll have a group.
a teenager?
I have 2 sheets. In the other one, no. So I'll tell you about the second squad's rival group. There is a ranger, a goblin ranger from Krissune named Billop.
Oh my god.
He is a monster slayer ranger. He is part of Don Karakon, the Resistance. But managed to get a letter of recommendation anyway. There is Grishka Dusk, a female orc from Elgrest. She's like, a full orc.